Of Baghdad's local government. He joins us now from the Iraqi capital as well. Thanks so much for speaking to us. You know, the U.S. is saying that this airstrike or assassination, whichever you want to call it, prevented an imminent attack. Do you feel that's justification enough?
Well, thank you very much. No, definitely not. We're not really concerned very much. Iran can defend itself, and Iran can speak for themselves regarding to General Soleimani. But we are angered and we are enraged for the assassination of a high-ranking Iraqi official. And he is not a head of a militia, as stated by your station. Unfortunately, he's a government employee. He answers to the commander-in-chief, to the prime minister, and he's a deputy of a government organization, which is the Public Mobilization Unit. And he was assassinated in Iraq while receiving a guest. I mean, endangering all sovereignty of Iraq. As you said, they didn't care less, the Americans, but I could see that this has angered all the political parties in Iraq, and angered the public, the population in Iraq, and angered the marja'iyya, the clergymen, the religious institution in Najaf. For the first time came out with a very, very angry communique accusing the Americans in harsh words of abusing the situation in Iraq and abusing the sovereignty of this nation, and assassinating Iraqi officials in or within the boundaries of Iraq, Baghdad International Airport.
It's interesting that you say this,
putting
because
all these together,
yeah,
I think
that line seems to be getting lost. So much of the focus right now is on the U.S. versus Iran in this airstrike, in this attack. And it's interesting for you to say how important it is that an Iraqi official has also been assassinated here. And that is, how badly then do you think, now that you're describing the actual feelings on the ground in Iraq and how angry Iraqi officials like you are, could this backfire badly on the United States?
I can easily see within the next few weeks, maybe within the next few months, that the Americans, all American bases will be closed in Iraq. The general atmosphere, politically and publicly, is 100% against the presence of any type of American fighting apparatus in Iraq. So I wouldn't be surprised at all if within the next few weeks or months, as I said, that we will see the departure of all American troops from Iraq and closing down their bases. What they did is completely unacceptable. The parliament is holding a meeting tomorrow, an emergency meeting tomorrow, to examine this event and to ask for a legislation to order the government to cancel any type of agreement that they have with the Americans and close all bases, all American bases in Iraq.
It's fascinating because just a few days ago, the United States said it would not evacuate embassy staff, in the wake of those protests right outside and basically the storming of its embassy compound. And now they're actually asking all Americans to leave. So it's indicative of what you're saying, that this could lead up to an entire evacuation.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
Exactly. As you said, a few days ago, they said they will not leave Iraq, but now I think they will have to leave Iraq, because I think the welcome is overstated and there is no need for them anymore. We needed the Americans, or we needed the international coalition in our war against ISIS, which we fought, the Iraqis, we fought on behalf of the planet. of the population of planet Earth. We fought against ISIS. Al-Muhandis and General Soleimani, by the way, he didn't bring any troops in Iraq. He brought assistant, military assistant, while the Americans refused to hand us our equipment that we actually purchased from America to fight ISIS. The Iranians were happy to provide us with the equipment to fight ISIS, and they assisted with as advisors. That's the whole role they played. Mahdi al-Muhandis is, as I said, an official Iraqi official employee who gets a salary from the Republic of Iraq and answers, as I said, to the Prime Minister as a government employee. And he was assassinated on Iraqi soil with no justification at all. Mahdi al-Muhandis didn't attack any Americans, didn't kill any Americans. He had nothing to do with the Americans. He is simply an Iraqi official who was in charge of combating and fighting the regime of ISIS, the Islamic Republic, the Islamic, whatever the state they called it. And therefore, I'm talking to members or a number of MPs in Baghdad Parliament, and they're all adamant that they will issue will mount up to be asking the Americans to leave Iraq.
Okay, Saad al Muttalibi, thank you so much for sharing your perspective. We appreciate it.